This is how we do it here. Friday, a break. Chingom Nyalewa, Eni Kwakwaya Toto. Best ever Christmas song. Come on, I'm telling you.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear.
Let's do it again. Sing it well. Don't call.
The second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me pie and a partridge in a pear.
Ghana's finest Christmas chorus. Young girl.
The third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Fanta and Katia.
Let's go again.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me cotton and wine, Fanta and Katia, pie and mammo and a partridge in a bed.
At the end of my Christmas.
On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a cry,
Chingom Nyalewa, Eni Kwakwaya Toto. And you didn't be able to brew new cars, so yes, you are together. Edepa. Akwaba. Nyansa Boakwa. Obadi dear boy from the beginning of the year till today. Yansu ye famu dear EDDC dear sorry kwaguma sen yes ye call ya ma kwadro anshe yenso the ode nsan na bra boy do December who de ni ma ye what ya say wa no monsa no nsan e wo so ni ma ye until you played a beautiful part. Ayiko you play a beautiful part. First of all, Emma who ordained the beer to us yet the beboa say nipa. You made your break, Akwaba. You're live on Facebook, Happy 98.9 FM. You made in an ampedidium cotocro. I am to for him. You see ye on a bed. You made me dim come on. I'm not doing woman in cafe the biana a man phone shell more life experience now. Man phone see there. Sans penny to san on there say come Friday.
On the third day of Christmas,
I go crying why I'm bringing and I'm ranting take you over. What I say? Na shall see so aboa papa. You hear stories a motivation. I just said that be encourage. Many penny be share of video so brain or can say ACP retired Victor Tando. Let me quote him. Ye didn't come all Bobano say or can we actually papa meeting.
On the fifth day of Christmas,
Sans yes, we need penny a day. I say once one who tune to Muswa, Obes one who fufuso. Opeso just say, Obrano Pumpo bebo. Usa o trimu tuntum ho odenti yere ho ye adwuma na saa bren wa anya adwuma na agba akokro na otru ye fita akra obrado be force wa mo abo no enti wa so na tuntum so a obeso na fufuo so dwene ho ye saa bra wa ho den no yere ho na bobra no o so no pa kotokuku efe na brabo udidi o ko ba ni nyina ka brabo no nti yere ho bo obebo life will force you to play him there's a brabo be force wa mo abo no enti wa sa no pressure ho den na kwate. And now what you say she no sorry obi ade kwa na nayi afato yi unnim de be free so beba ene fe na brabo uko nyina nso na wo check wo mfom so awo ye na wachi na otutu ni sanse de nipa die bia na otwa tie bia ne ma odi na cha anko yi na etwa mfoni kire wo ntisha se dua papa na afia no nso metwa mfoni papa nkire wo daache ene ya na mafoka say boniface nye boniface o de omnie de wanye ni yi na etwa mfoni kire nti boniface wo ma na se hyase ye ni yi ne na etwa mfoni papa nkire wo kina sa na tie de odua no utwa so oti ne ma we say abrabo mu a ne ma bi wa ho be jaye nye obi na be hye wo nti Paul kan sem bi Was when I was a child, I think like a child, I talk like a child, I reason like a child. Me sano me dwene sabo fra me susu sabo fra me kasa sabo fra fidi me nyini. Was a me gu emofra sem ni nyina is your duty to change. And yes, spiritual say ba be sure say me nyini nti opening born in two feet and some funku anodi. Nti obi enyini anche so onim nyansa. The gray hair doesn't represent wisdom patcho da binti sa. Gray hair you and some funku odin kwa sem fiti mofra se no de abakokra. Some funku commotion bi on edikai. Nti fa se otu ya kan ye show nkran se dodo na fa kase na wonyan summit make bia chew sanse opening de oni hwe kra no o abache waba asetrem ache to experience them out. What you say? Nti na de many opening or your life coach. When I see them like this, I don't want to miss a word. We should be a life coach. Pacho, not dwene mu do wonsem why situation na wa dwene otutu no obetuma massage actual hundreds of options around it. Now wa make you a decision na boa echna. Tada adekiti na to depression amount. Obedwene sa one word from the person who opened up different ways to handle the same situation. So I did be on my few way. I make sure say work on your emotions. People are taking advantage of you using your emotions. Very important. Depending say how na wo mre fa nti shall say massage hosa na be obi nya wadwene. And only adem be che one. Work on your emotions. Mo be an trapo with name usene wo say wo mre fa emotional no use no de me. Osa ko edu nso bi su ana na ra honti de bia no wa mie nani or the rope right me share ni ase no sun se na bi obi nya wadwene. Please work on it. I say things like this because I want you to wake up from your sleep. Before we cast will be third eye. They are not don't. The word third eye means the mind's eye. What journey any be nese will be cast some ultimate journey who actually a insusi any friends say what third eye. Third eye then you say who when you may be who's above will be but and yet no the mind's eye a journey any be into ubi obekase be and you are able to assess no can and you make good judgment out of it until infantry because what you mood door. Akole be say akole de na dwene mu do. Me no na connect TV. And then the first time I was happy FM we your brain. You didn't Nyansa Boakwa.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Bye, and Yamamo and the partridge in a bed. See what? On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Fanta and Katia, bye, and Yamamo and the partridge in a bed. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
I have Mr. FP Mensah. When I'm a guest now no pay. The Way Network. Penning Pano, the Way Network. Or your life coach. Only didn't brabo home come on. Didn't see our yet the warrior. Didn't a bit me see a fan or the ama or brab boy to me.
Day 5 on the 5th day of Christmas.
And you're not hackering the coming. Chingo Mialewa. We do my channel in your show, no. Ejakwaba.
Yenua.
Now what to say?
Obwade adom.
Oh, what the men's watch means me the acheme. Yehoye. Akwaba. See a ton safre wa. We jadi we nyina se dabi. Mamneti for mechebi. The depa na so wonim de. Na wetimi ehwiegu ha me wiase ansa na wakon ho megim. Ye da sese efre wo bai.
Bismillah masepa.
That's pa. We a life coach.
Yes.
And life na what dey no coach.
Yeah, life, everybody has a life.
Okay.
And life simply means existence.
Okay.
So once I'm in existence, life is mine.
Okay.
Because I am in control of this life. When I'm no more, life does not matter.
Okay.
So we are here, abrabono, ona obo abrabono. They say utumi and master abrabono.
Okay.
So only we are here, life doesn't matter because what transcended is physical consciousness.
Okay.
So you go to a different dimension or different sphere of existence.
Okay.
Waiting for higher dimension, incarnation, or coming back to the world to reincarnate.
Oh, so you believe in reincarnation?
Yes.
Oh,
It
exists.
exists. Without doubt.
How would you justify the fact that exists? How would you? Then I became said okay because we have one time born, one time die, and after death there is judgment. That is what the Christian faith teaches. But the okay, there in the so say we have reincarnation.
Yes, you see, let us segregate the Christian faith from theological doctrines.
Okay.
You see, because there's a difference between theology and the Christian faith. The Christian faith actually was supposed to be a spiritual movement.
Okay.
But with the advent of theology, it came to corrupt the Christian movement, which was a faith. And the theology teaches a different thing, and Christianity should have taught a different thing.
We can't go there today. So from
yeah, so I'm taking
basics now. Oh yeah,
so I'm taking from the Christian perspective.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, I said Bible no. When John the Baptist was in prison, na Yesu air cancer no. Osuma ne suan for say omo bisa na say ono ne agenkwana na so ono ne agenkwana de a yesi Elijah be bansa na agenkwana de waba. Say Yesu a Christian movement, which is the way. That's why I have the name The Way Network. Okay. Because the people, actually, they were not called Christian, they were called the people of the way in the Bible. Okay. So, Okachon said, Elijah, wabada da bet, but later when he explained, they perceived that he was talking about John the Baptist. If the Master Jesus, who is the foundation of the Christian faith, never believed in reincarnation, he would have objected to it. Say, I didn't know. So based on the Bible, what okay. Over our way of life. Bible says that does not nature teaches you. Now, over your way of life, to me will be it's practically and yes or seno. Or no because there are things that nanan akraneba obey the same thing. So no see you no be transfer say you no nche say o se no bibi enye nwanwa so be said obi uko no se na enye nwanwa. No, what we are talking about is not facial personality. You are talking about the vibration. Yes, the vibration that informs the person's behavioral pattern. Okay. Because we say I know you've done psychology. Maybe partially. Right. Maybe. Okay, so relations now, you are combining both psychology and spiritual, that kind of thing. And so, what is happening is this: when you transcend the intellect, you see, below the intellect, you're segregating it, psychology, philosophy, and all those. I tell people that look, philosophy and psychology brought together takes you to a dimension of spirituality because philosophy is the way of life, and psychology is the way to think right. So when you're able to think right and you understand life principles, then you go beyond the ordinary man's perspective. But just when you're tuning in, and I feel about catch you be say, and then we have a lot to learn. Get ready. Now, on social down, so you can go back and research into what we are teaching today. So you believe, say, the air change. Say there is reincarnation. Oh yes, all right. Reincarnation. Yeah, that's it. Akwaba. Aside that, my father was also a practitioner. What you are saying? Practitioner saying? Like he was into spirituality. Oh, okay. Okay, so I had opportunity to go through his training for some time, and he told you, look, my previous life, I was living in Argentina. I was a ship merchant. Yes, in his present life, as we live with him, onye goat, the goat to me will 4 or 5, which is not possible. Literally, it's not possible. That shows the vibration which he has carried on into this present incarnation. You get the whole thing. Wow. For instance, if I should talk a little bit about myself, I reincarnated as a soul for this particular mission, for this particular dispensation, because I can remember that my father told me growing up that before I was born, my mother was pregnant. Before I was born, a being came to him and he brought me when I was older, not as a baby. And he told him that, do you love this being? He said, yes. He said, this is a special soul. If you're unable to take good care of him for him to fulfill his mission, what is going to happen? They are going to punish you after death. And my father accepted it. And then they left me in the vision and I embraced him. after I'm breathing, the phone rang in his bedroom and he woke up and they picked the call and my mother was giving birth. And according to when I was at the age of 4-5 years.
So at that time now, when business
yes, no him.
Thank you. So at the end of the day,
yes.
In his vision, no, I just want us to.
Yeah, one year and tuma. Remember, all right. There's two tendencies. He would have given birth to a different soul, because what happens is that.
But we have means any do now so now, but the whole bit must associate so now.
Oh yes,
okay.
Because the spirit, which is our essence, come at the time of birth.
So I think that we'll go deeper when it comes to this area.
What you say?
I just want us to.
Our spirit comes at the time of birth. Intina say wo wakuma ebo. Everything is all right, but say we in swan it's a problem, because the essence has not come yet. We'll go deeper, because when we go deeper, maybe
I understand.
Maybe subsequently we'll talk about the different dimensions where the spirit is being trained through the spiritual intelligences before manifestation into the physical. Because at the 14 weeks, what we call the heartbeat is the presence of your guardian spirit and then your soul within the fetus.
And I am about spirituality. You coffee. Me and I'm copying myself into the anti-breathy. So it's good that I asked this so that where you're coming from, so that we can really grasp the details of what you're giving us. Actually,
you were Mamprobi.
In Krahe.
Yeah. Me, Mama, I've lived Accra all my life.
Oh, to Krubia.
I'm partly Ghana from Domiabra.
Okay.
And then my mother is from Dunkwa. Yes.
Oh. No order.
Oh yes.
Okay. Krubia no free so Dunkwa.
Kedadwin, yena yedi hini o
Kedadwin. Oh.
So the chief of Kedadwin is my first.
Kedadwin, I know person say Kedadwin. Oh, we need Dunkwa Fu, we need quite a number of places in Dunkwa. I am free. Area.
I'm the royal of Kedadwin. The chief there is my first cousin.
Wow. Or therefore 1.7 free more. I think I have quite a number of ties, number of cultures in Takumasi, so we did a lot for them. GT, see you, Mr. Kwesi Ajima. So
I'm a great grandfather.
Oh, Mechiano and a Pehono free. Okay. And when the mother passed on, we were there. We were there for a week. Yacha will be Tego sisters and so on also free. Greetings to you, Tego sisters. Chairman and pay. So I still won't cry here.
But you say
it won't cry here.
In Krayana,
wow.
Yeah, I
had school.
Because school or business school, I went to Premier International, and then I went to Accra Academy.
Oh, Accra and Akoi. What do you study?
I did visual arts. Yeah, so professionally, I'm a graphic artist by profession.
Oh, okay.
I'm into advertising and all those things. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, growing up, how was it like?
Growing up,
with that experience that you were talking about from childhood, your father knew exactly who you are, saying an entity, anything.
Yeah, growing up, I wouldn't say yes. I'm not from a very rich home, but literally not from an average home. We really don't suffer to get what we want. I stayed in Mamprobi for a while, and then we moved to. My father put up a new place in Dansuman, so I stayed in Mamprobi just during my childhood. Then my father decided that the place is becoming a little bit clumsy, so he needed more serene environment for our training, our upcoming. So we moved to Dansuman, that's where Dansuman stayed behind the commando's flat. That is why I stayed all my life until he had to build another apartment at Bawi. Then we had to move to the place. So growing up, life is not, I wouldn't say it's difficult, and I wouldn't say it is easy. There are times, fluctuations in life are there. There are times things go
Share
down.
with us some of the challenges you went through, father knowing what you carry.
Yes, you see, some of the challenges, I wouldn't call it challenges because I had a very good relationship with my father, and he always tried to provide whatever we needed. So I wouldn't call challenges as a child growing up. Yes, Daddy, I want this, and you have it, I didn't really face any challenges. Sometimes, actually, it is I personally who want to experience what my friends were experiencing. So I remember sometimes my father gets back and my friends have gone to gone in for weeding contract or clearing somebody's edifice, and I'll go help them, and it gets back and it's a little bit furious and all those things. But there was something inside me that always wanted to experience life for myself, not to depend on my parents. I remember my father used to be a contractor and has block factories and all those things. So there are times when on vacation, I need to go and supervise the work. When I get there, let's say I'm supposed to take about 5 laborers, and I'll take 4, and I will...
You join hands.
Yes, then I'll take the 5th person's...
By days, you can...
Yes, right. Not magic. Maybe if you're not a buat or... It got to know about it. They were so furious and all those things. So growing up, it wasn't too challenging as a young guy.
Okay.
Yes, there are a few occasions where you'll be beaten, natural of a dad who wants to keep you on the right path. And then that's it. So, yes. But actually, the Reformation came when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
I'm not a church type. So...
sorry.
Because of my father's level of consciousness, it doesn't exercise force. Because he has always told us that the exercise of force, that is why I don't forget his words. That's my father's way. He said the exercise of force contradicts the principles of God's governance.
The exercise of force
contradicts the principles of God's governance.
What do you mean by that?
The upper channel said, Nyankopon na membuo no on use force, on force nipa. What he does is that he gives you the provision and tries to guide you with his words.
Now, me who say for the SM yema sa bofrano akola yi chia mani chia so asha si wi ankwan mu nam. It's my main force.
Yeah, so what happens is that, like for my father, when he notices you chart a path which is not good, he calls you and present life to you, talk to you about it. There are a few times he will punish you, obviously, because emotions are attached. That's how you talk about emotions. Emotions. So there are times, a few times he will punish you, especially when you wouldn't understand the explanation. But when you get to a certain age, my father does not use cane. He uses teaching. He talks to you, advises you, using scripture or Quran or whatever he will use to advise you.
So you see all books?
Oh, yes. My father used all the books. He used the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, used the Bible, everything.
So far as it carries message.
Yes. Because he always said that. He says that the Bible is but the word of God, since its ultimate objective is for the reformation, transformation, and tutelage of mankind for a better tomorrow.
Okay.
That's what my father says. So he said that you should not despise any book that has an intelligence that helps you, shapes you up to elevate your consciousness to a higher dimension for you to have a better tomorrow. You don't despise that book. And that is why for me, when I see people condemn other books like Bible, it's not from God, this is not good, it's somebody's mind and all those things. I've always said that, like, so that when I sit back and I observe, I say, but whatever thing you are reading, whether it is Egyptology, Sumerian, Renaissances, or whatever you read, you didn't write it. And you didn't deal with the entity that wrote it. The entity transmitted it through somebody. The Bible too was transmitted through somebody. The Quran was transmitted through somebody. The Bhagavad Gita was transmitted through Prabhupada. And so is the Vedas and then the Srimad Bhagavatam. So why do you specifically want to attack a specific book or specific books at the expense of other books? You get it?
Because I know any faith in did say I know you infantum chenkran and the okikande or no wasem.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not supposed to,
so he read all books now or the no akuchiu now what near maso abrabonimu.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. So you say time I shall say would Sani Marys now SS.
Yes, around secondary school one day I think I was standing in front of our there was behind our fence. And there's a coconut tree. You know, there's some flowers and there are coconut trees in them. So I was standing in the green grass in the coconut tree. Then I heard a voice, go to church. I said, go to church? It was a Saturday. Immediately, I heard go to church. Then I saw 2 young guys coming. Then they approached me. They were holding Bible and a Bible and a tract. They approached me. They talked to me about church. I said, okay, fine, I'm going to go to church with you. Because already, prior to that, a few moments just before they approached me. So that means I thought that, okay, whatever spirit spoke to me knew that these people were coming. So I have to listen to what they are saying. Because I heard the voice, and less than 5 minutes, they approached me. So I went into their house and I told Daddy, I want to go to church. And my sister was bathing in the bathroom, and my bedroom was just adjacent to my father's bedroom. So when I went into the corridor, my father was coming out from his bedroom. I said, Daddy, I want to go to church. I said in Ghana, down. Sunday, meet at my house. My sister was in the bathroom, and she overheard me saying that. And she said, Obekwa, sorry, ma. Meanwhile, I was going to the very church she was attending. Then I told them, because that was my nature. I don't listen to what people say, naturally, because that's how we were trained. You must, my father would tell you, you must have your own experience in life. Because growing up, my father made us believe that there are two things in life that nobody can teach you, and that is experience and maturity.
Experience and maturity.
Nobody can teach you in life. It's a natural encounter. So you experience life.
So things that nobody can teach you is experience.
Yes, nobody can teach you. You experience life through natural encounter, and out of your experiences, you then mature because you have understanding, first-hand understanding.
It's not somebody telling you how it works.
So what if you think you are matured based on the fact that somebody told you that Jesus Christ came to die for your sins? You are not matured yet. You must have that encounter. You must have that experience. Did Muhammad really
how will I have that experience? Because I was not there when Jesus was killed. So how will I have that experience to say that I have first-hand information, now I can believe that Jesus died? Because we were told. You've read it.
Yes, you were told, you read it. But what you should understand is that, well, let's go a little bit higher before I can explain this thing.
Okay.
Everything that is happening within manifest creation is recorded. And nothing dies within manifest creation. Even the words that we speak, their spirit and their life, they don't die. They are there. So we have what you call the Easterners call it Akashic record, which I choose to call it the divine reservoir of knowledge, of which the white people experienced it, and then they use it to create what you call library. Then why shouldn't have a place that will store information of incidents and events that are transpiring within our physical space, within the physical realm? So now, if you are told a story, like for instance, you tell me something about this gentleman 2 days ago, and I am really interested, and I really committed from my conscious mind to my subconscious mind, I can assess the information whether it is true or not.
Okay.
Because it is there in the universe.
Okay.
And this is what people don't know. And this is what we want people to understand. That there's nothing missing. There's nothing lost within divine intelligence. Because if there's something missing in divine intelligence, everything we are doing doesn't make sense. And the problem we are having now, and that has risen to my call, is that I've noticed that a lot of people are misrepresenting what reality and existence is all about. And they call it spirituality. I hear people who talk about self-development. And I ask myself, how can you develop yourself? Because once the person talks about self-development, they know that the person doesn't know what he's talking about, because the self cannot be developed. It is the personality that can be developed. And I've noticed that a lot of people has misused or misinterpreted personality with the self, which are two different things.
So will you say words that maybe they might mean what you're meaning, but for want of a better word, that is how they can explain. Is that what you mean?
No, they don't mean what I mean. Mm-hmm. Is that I think that when you listen to what they see, the words they use, the semantic they use, and their explanation and the activities they render, they are having a misconception.
I get it. Move it.
Because, for instance, the self cannot be developed. So when someone tells you self-development, and it talks about mind development, talks about, like you talk about emotional development, mm-hmm. And all those things, then that means the person has a misconstruction. He has misconstrued what the self is to be the personality. Mm. But the personality can be changed. You can even change your personality through the way you think. Mm. But Bible says, therefore, be ye transformed by the renewal of your thinking. And the personality we talk about, it is from the intellect to the senses. That is the personality. That's where our personality is constituted. So we have the intellect, which is our frequency. We have our emotions, which is our vibratory energy. And then we have the energy itself, which is our senses. This is where we are missing the whole thing. And if you want to understand this manifest creation, you must look at it from the understanding of frequency, energy, and vibration. One TRC, I forget it. And this is why young blacks, including those in the diaspora, we are the way we are. Because we don't understand what existence is all about. And to be able to understand these things very well, you need to transcend the mind. When you transcend the mind, that is where you experience the self, which is the master of your personality, the lord of your personality. If you don't get this thing, you talk about let's go to our father's bag, let's go to, I call it Sankofa and all those things. But that's not what it is. Yesterday, my wife brought a video we were watching, and the fact that somebody is saying that we need to go to the ways our forefathers were doing things. And then the fact that, I think he was talking about the fact that we had bulletproofs when we didn't know guns. And when the slave masters came, they shot, and then the bullet couldn't enter. So when I was listening to him and my wife showed, I asked my wife that the question now is, how come they were able to enslave us? Because if you had all this power, how come they enslaved us?
They used the mind.
That is the point. They realized that our intellect was porous. Our level of frequency operation was porous. And because our level of frequency operation was porous, they were able to penetrate our frequency for us to let go of our guard, for them to be able to get hold of us. So I said that, so then the problem is not going back to what our great-grandfathers were doing, but rather getting to know the things they didn't know that resulted in the condition they found themselves. Because if you go back to do the same thing that they were doing, obviously you don't expect a different results. So that is why we are having new colonization.
So the fact is that now people don't know.
Yes.
And they don't even know they don't know.
Yes.
That is where the problem is.
And that's the biggest problem.
So the biggest problem is that we don't even know. So people saying that are just taking people back to the little knowledge that existed so that we can still push to the higher knowledge, because they don't even understand anything. So they are not even turning their back to even see anything at their back, to realize that even that small information before the build up.
Yes.
So we have a lot of work to do for us to even go back to the normal, even what what our fathers knew days back, that we said people could even take advantage of their mind. Today we don't even have it.
We don't even have it.
We are gone.
So that is why we are totally porous spiritually. We are totally porous. And you see, what is happening is that I was telling her that, you see, we have different levels of intelligences, and then knowledge comes in different spheres. There's a difference between an intellect and intelligence. There's a different thing. And if you don't know, you wouldn't know. The point is, intellect comes from our thinking. Intelligence is beyond thinking. So, Nikola Tesla, if you know Tesla, Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest physicists, scientists, he said something. He said that there's a sphere. Our mind is only a receptacle to the inventions that we do. There's a core from where the intelligence comes from. Though we have not penetrated that core yet, we know that core exists. So he's telling that all the inventions, even at the level of invention that we see that anybody that invents things is out there, is on top of everything or everybody. He's telling that is not it. So the point is that there is a core from where the intelligence comes from. Our mind is only a receptacle. That's why receiving. Yes. So you see, the point is that I always tell people that information or knowledge doesn't come from our minds. It comes to the mind. That's the difference people don't realize.
So we receive the signals.
You receive the signal.
It is not produced by by what.
So for instance, this whole world is a band of frequencies. This our universe is a band of frequencies. This apex is a band of frequencies. Then what happens is that all the frequencies we have, they are all intelligences coming from a higher dimensions. Now what we are within the terrestrial dimension. We have the extraterrestrial dimension, we have the celestial dimension, and then we have the hierarchical dimension going into the infinity of the source, which is the unit. Now what happens is that once you are in the terrestrial dimension and you create a thought frequency through the intellect, there are the beam of frequencies which are resonating. So, for instance, let me give a classical scenario. When I pick a radio, there are a band of frequencies of modulations around. Yeah. When I tune into Happy FM, I will get the information which is coming from Happy FM.
The wave, it will pick that wave.
Yes, it will keep that wavelength. And you know that we live in an environment of electromagnetic waves. That is our magnetic field. So what happens is that when you think of something, then your frequency connects to that particular frequency where that intelligence is, then it is brought into your mind. When it is brought to, because you are not conscious of that dimension, you think that is the mind that is generating it.
You didn't know that it's not from
the mind, but it comes from the mind.
Then you receive it.
Yes.
Just a
So, for instance, I have seen people that would say that they went to a rock, prayed to a rock, and the rock gave them an idea. Or they went to a tree, talked to the tree
receive an idea.
Receive an idea from a tree or direction from the tree. What is happening is that it's because the people lack understanding of the structure of our universe. You get the whole thing. And that is how come our great-grandfathers started focusing their attention on those creatures, because they didn't understand the intelligences beyond, because that was the only thing they could perceive.
And when they speak, they see, they get results.
Yes, because before he goes to that rock, he creates an intent. And you know that out of your intention comes manifestation, because our intentions is the creation. And wherever your intention flows, energy flows, and the control comes from there. So for instance, if this thing is here, and then I send my intention to this object, my energy flows to that object. Then at the end of the day, the control of my energy comes from this object. If I don't understand the phenomena of creation and how things resonate within manifest creation. And this is where all the concept of idol worship and Jesus Christ or cross or so and all those come from. Because the truth of the matter is that.
So are you saying that they are all the same? It's just a matter of
different structure.
Different structure.
They are all the same.
So therapeutically, I can look at you watching somewhere. I can call you within my spirit. I'm calling you.
Oh yes.
You definitely turn your head and look at me because I've called you.
Yes.
Within. So
yes. So and it happens, and this thing happens to us every time.
Yeah.
Oh, I say, See, this is nature. That's why Paul said that that's not nature teaches us. But the point is that people are going through that unconscious experience. But what we are trying to tell the people, these things can be applied consciously. Let me give a classical scenario. On the day DC, let me thank him for his wonderful work. Yeah, DC Kwachi. I need to thank him for what he has done. Give him the connection. Actually, he was the first person who gave me access to media at the Radio Central. When my friend Moses connected me, he said, it's normally calls me to say, Bishop, with all this knowledge, what are you sitting down doing? I said, no, people come and disturb me. I want my peace of mind. I just want to be in my one corner. I don't want people to even know me. So DC gave me the opportunity and all those things. The day I was launching the book, and I came, I was sitting right opposite you with your two guys or something.
Oh, okay.
And then I then discussed with him. He had then discussed with me. So unfortunately, I think you left earlier.
I left earlier.
So he decided to call you to talk to you about. When you called this, his guy, this was and so later we'll talk about it. When I left, they told me, no, the time has yet not come. You get the whole thing. That's the frequent. The time has yet not come. So the friend that I went with told me, I said, no. They said, I should relax. When the right time will come. There's the connection.
It happens to me a lot. You meet people and the way they are behaving, you're quiet. 2 years, 3 years, they will come looking for you.
Yes.
Sometimes I laugh, and I know that they will come.
That is the unconscious evolution. Now you can apply that unconscious evolution to the conscious life. And once you begin to master the act of applying these things to the conscious life, that is where you become master of life. And that you don't need me. I always tell people, look, when they come to my office for consultations, look, you don't need me. Why do you need me? The only difference is you lack a knowledge that I have. So don't
look for that knowledge and become.
Yes, I said, don't look to me. I am only a mentor and a guide. And for me, I don't have time for you.
Let's go back down. Let's go back down to where we started from, where that awakening started. Your sister bathing in the bathroom and she's saying what he said and you wanting to go to church. I want to know where the switch was.
Yeah, so then I started going to church, doing the normal things, joined the prayer band, praying, and then my love grew for evangelism. As young as I was, I would wake up 2:30 a.m., walk from Dansoman to Flamingo. So I need to get there by 4 o'clock to start my dawn broadcasting. So by the time I walk alone in the dark from...
I'm out for we will see in Kakra.
Okay, you will try. So what is going to happen? WC and SNT, I started
now sorry,
now me prayer band, yes, and all those things. Then we started said dawn broadcasting. Me sorry because I'm in Dansoman Estates and I want to be going to preach at Flamingo. That was the main place I would go. So it's a very cosmopolitan environment. So I sent me sorry at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I walk through Russia, Alpha Beta, through Russia, then I get to Flamingo so that I can get around 4:30 because you wouldn't want to disturb somebody's sleep that early. So I get around 4:30, 4:45, I start preaching. Then, yes, whilst I was in Accra Academy, when I'm coming down, those days, Dansoma used to have that long buses, that Tata buses, very huge ones. I'll be sitting down, the thing would just move me, wake up and talk. Then I'll start preaching in the car, talking to people about life, and then all of a sudden you realize that people start contributing money. They start contributing money. Then they give to me. Then I take the money. Then I look, obviously, when somebody is in need, you will know. Then I give to the person that I'm not doing it because of money, but this is what the Lord wants you to do, help the people in need and all this. And I give to somebody, the person wake up, thank me and all those things. Yes, it continued that way. And then one day, I was standing at the same spot, I think in 2003. I was standing at the same spot and I heard a voice, stop going to church. I said, yes, the same, under the same.
Yes. Yes.
I say, stop going to church. I was just, sometimes early in the morning after doing my house chores, I go and stand at the front, watching people going to work and all those things. Because Dansoma is well demarcated. So, yeah. So I was standing there, said, stop going to church. From henceforth, on Sundays, instead of going to church, take a blank book and a pen, go to Pambros. There's a place down Dansoma, we call it the Salt Factory, Pambros. It's a quiet place people go and sit in the evening to have nice time because it's a very hairy place because it's open to the sea and it blows. So I told my dad, this is what I heard. It's okay, follow it. Because he understands, but I couldn't fathom what was happening. Because even that voice, I never heard it before. So, me blank book. When I sit down for a while, I begin to receive lectures. Then I begin to write them.
Who is the lecturer?
The lecturer is the invisible intelligence.
Now
I know.
How do you call me an
No, I can explain things you can explain.
I want to say Obi Kasachira. Say, is he saying?
Say, like when I go there, first of all, but a subject. But to say, son, do you know this?
To say the Minoka say
yes. Clear.
Oddly believe.
But so
oddly believe.
Yes, clear.
Oh.
Then you hear, do you know this? So do you know life? Then it started like, so my first book I wrote in 2003, which I've not published yet. They all know I've shown it to them. We just started typing it because back in the days, they told me I shouldn't publish it. I should just keep it because nobody knows me to buy it. So, and we started working on the prototype, typing it. They talked to me about life. And that's when they started telling me we have the individual essence of life and the generalized essence of life. And I didn't know what is essence of life. I know. And now that I became consciously aware and my existence as a life, and when I go back to read the book, I'm amazed that everything I know now was exactly what was dictated to me.
How did you receive the message? And answer what voice now church now.
Me church just according to say own narrative, at the chairman.
Me but now also be questions.
Oh yes, there are times
How do you ask the questions?
I ask the question in my subconscious mind.
Okay, one now the business.
What's your crown? So what do you say? I me try your man answer people. I think some people who thought that I was a musician, so I came there to take inspiration to write music. So I went also I don't understand this one. Okay, then also don't give me a reference in the Bible. I don't go with Bible, so I just write the reference down, and when I come and check the reference, it is in connection to what the dialogue that was happening internally.
Okay.
You see, so by then I didn't really understand what was going on. So when I finished writing the first sort of, I showed it to my father. And from my father reading it, he said, look, son, do you know something? My father normally calls me son because we are very close. He said, son, do you know something? If I did not see you going to Pamela with an empty book and you are not holding any book with you and you come back with these writings, I would have said that you have gone to copy somebody's lectures. And what it was that these are high knowledge. But as at the time, I really even didn't understand.
So didn't understand.
You get the whole thing. So then it started gradually. That was when it started. Then, okay, after writing the book, I'll be there. The information comes. I put some of them down and all those things. Then my father called me into the room.
Ubisa, do you know Kasanidi?
No, maybe then I didn't even understand what was going on. So my father called me to the room. He said, son, did you I said but it appears the thing is unfolding. And I'm saying that I say me bow them not me be who say what that na Bible da Quran da say books without. So I become surprised. And me say that I dance him or see when you were born, at the age of around 7 years, which I knew I was sick, but I didn't know that actually happened. He said I was clinically declared dead by Children's Hospital. Then it was Dr. Kome who was the head of that department. Said it's not going to work, but they should take me home because my father is going to waste money keeping me at the hospital. Inti mi wu mwana omo fa membra. Inti ano na ode me be fie. I remember those days ode me call empoano at the foul as a young guy the foul called proper. I mean, sometimes we would take stones to do a few things because he has certain belief system. Into one day I'll say or the form. I didn't know what was going on, and then I'll see.
Oh, yari anymore.
Yeah, my yari that I was clinically declared dead.
But now, with the whole battery,
with the black eye was gone. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. Everything. I was literally lifeless. You know. So to me, sorry, man. Yashi. And to see energy now before you be woman, no. Energy now, I'll be catching and say, "Open banana." The energy came again, and I catch so. As some be catching and say, "My life is." It's not going to work. So you're saying, "Umbe family and brief you back." Until you say his last words. And he said, kept quiet for a while. And he said that, I'll say, on country, me bofono say, near me ba wiase in faso, emba me so a me wako as a child no. On ma me chance, na me transe, na me sorry a, me nye ni juma. And I'll say, home no, general sa no catch and say, a day waka na a covenant. Ya jatu musisia, but you should make sure say, me I'll do that thing. And then the energy went. It's not all that was me. So that was the first time I spoke in about 3 months. And I'm catching say comedy me. Since then up to today. So he was trying to let me know what, so he always tells me, son, you are alive because of a covenant. And everything about your life is supposed to be centered in, so you have to find out what, he cannot tell me what that purpose is. Because he just made an agreement that no, let him live to serve his maker's purpose. But what that purpose is, he doesn't know. So I need to find out what that purpose is. So yes, gradually, according to when I was young, I will be there. My mother even testified. So Papa do before or catch us over yare. I said no, yes sir. I said all those times. So then I was in the secondary school. So then he was briefing me why those. I said those times. So me yare any jini baba catch say ne oman ni nkomi bet ene me yare. Or kwa na catch me say ma we nko Fredo and then obe yare. Watch him everywhere he goes. By the time we free juma ba no. So every aspect of my life, according to him, was guided to the extent that, let me give this, nobody knows about it, but for the sake of this platform. Yes, Obremu. When I was on, I went to when I was in Takran University, I had a friend called Machiavelli. Then I've never drank before, I never smoked before. I remember one Friday he introduced me to smoking and drinking. So we went to a sport called Leisure Sports. So I bought, and that time my father always, he comes to me every 2 weeks. So for me, he said, the Arco school has yes. The Arco school has I'd never experienced it. Provisions, I have all those things.
Leisure Crowley.
There were, white diamonds or something like that.
Okay.
Branching right now. Or left.
Okay, yeah.
So, that night it was a Friday, so that's the first time I tasted a smoke and then drank a beer. So I bought a pack of smoke and it was under my bed, and then a bottle of two bottles also was under my bed, and the pack of the cigarettes, king size, they used to call it king size. I don't know, yeah, it was under my bed because I had money, so I bought for all the guys and all those. Because my father every 2 weeks he would come there, bring me money and all those. If he doesn't get money, he pays money to my Barclays account and all those. So it was a Friday night. I was so exhausted. That was the first time I tasted alcohol. Saturday morning, 5:30, somebody was knocking on my door. And I slept in my room alone. My father didn't allow me to share a hostel with anybody. So he rented a place for me. So I was in, he knocked. So I was scared because then a first year student had come, and the one who he gave his money to rent hostel for had squandered his money, so I said he should patch with me for a short while he look for a very place. That's me. When people are in help, I naturally want to help. So when the person knocked, I was scared. I said, what is happening? Or the landlord has gotten to know that I've brought somebody inside. So I just woke up open the door the kitten, and realize, oh, my father. I say, Bruno. I call my father Bruno. I said, what's Bruno doing here? I opened the door, and he came in. Because it comes every 2 weeks. But it came, let's say it came this Saturday, and the following Saturday was there. And he came in and he sat down quietly, and I said, in Ghana, I said, no more, bien, like, information couldn't discuss. So I thought something, when he said that, because I thought something had happened to my mom, because he knew I love my mom so much. So, okay, I'm shame, and I'm saying, I said, no, relax, there's nothing wrong, but it's man to man. And I say, son, and when my father calls you son, that means he wants to talk to you about something important, but he wants to come down to your level. I say, son, only me. I know you, I've known you from childhood. I'm not accusing you because I know you can't do that because you're my son. But okay, energy now me catch you say. Okay, energy now me catch you say. Okay, energy now me catch you say. From your childhood till now, he has been coming to me and all those things, you know. I say I'm watching around 1:30 a.m. Energy neba eba catch and say that and I don't know. Me the insan akamano and I'm the security akamano. Inti emanen that ma adenche. Na umbra my onsorra machina na umbra. No me catch me say the life I have chosen is not part of my life. Na minjaya it will destroy me. He's not accusing me, but or catch them.
Or can they see
actually me, and I shouldn't feel bad.
You
about
can't
it.
deny it.
Yes. Inti you there how what you say. And talk about two things, just say only the energy number but on says on no one will be bisa ne dia because any true because he knows me. In talk cancer, I said Jano Kwale, no. You know, I says a young guy. I said, no, I've not taken anything. It's not true. The energy is lying. Every time you say energy is lying. Meanwhile, I was talking to you.
Was the energy is lying?
Meanwhile, while I was talking to you, the packet of the king size was under my pillow. And the bottle of beer was under my bed, 2 bottles, I think. And so, no, son, I'm not accusing you. If it is not true, then I've just forget about the information. But if it is true too, please stop. Because my fear is that he told me that it is not part of your life. No, he said it is not part of your path. It will destroy you.
Hold it. If I just hold me home, I said, try a quine our bar so be fast forward and then make quine yepe.
Yes.
And nothing catch will be as a many will be in your competition.
Yeah.
You will fail woefully when you begin to compete.
People's path, yeah.
Because the be a woman and you're on your war. The entire me basas is a non-con.
Yeah.
Or suffer the path and con.
Yes.
To men did you be experiencing chi. That's why I tell people say or suffer experience no share with you into within it suffer say this is how to know God. Whoa, also experience with that same God near then
will be different.
Inti enoni ade ye messy. Nobody tells you don't go to church. If you are supposed to be there, nobody overcall. Do the time says so could also them. Nobody says on Kwanamanenko or Koy. It's Miss life is about experience. I would say. My cure no more the Pentecost by their experience is what they've written down for people who want to follow that path to go. Into you remember now problem being but bisa also we're experiencing that church near the end. It's a good experience when you so when you many to me didn't come call part only problem don't miss your assignment. You be baso babe warentem no intemako we baso be ye intem no contribute ye na but when ninja mano because one part might not be the person's part if you now believe you up to 90 years into ye in the crown and part no they be do certain age and sana ye on the beba into be your 25 no so you kwasi am penny because sister year don't let that bring you down.
Thank you.
O part enemy part enyepe and enemy policy am namasetemu bibia ha me enjoy that beautiful time you want to form beji din within short time nansa pe no nya accident crying na wo accident in the home pe ni din de unya ope it is not like that. Yes. Enjoy that your beautiful space no who said the me ye no the here pan say is it part of my way say ne wo ka
so Okachem say part of my path in life never destroy me no. Okan you not say because of that no aba. Anka 2 weeks time I saw but aba nti me sika no the bank the following week no.
No the brother.
Me nje pe ko no. Okoya na me fa and son, and I'm easy security. Madam for no them call that previous night, and I'm the command say, Charlie, have it. Since that day, I never took it again.
So Candy, you could not be bold enough to accept because that is not you.
Yeah,
but then
I didn't want to look bad in my father's eyes.
One and now they can't say Sadia, set Gino.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I know the man. I know my father. That they need swadi and chia. My father, he can sit here like this, and something is happening to you in town. He will see it. Obe narrative, I did see what town near there. Nti yenya me nanu nyamu ka say that will be for me mama nya they say that is natural ability, and you see some of these things are genetically oriented. So yes I know, and I'm so yes, after that's when this whole evolution started. Then one day I opened an office at Adawaka for my advertising company. And then that's why I started my print advertising. Just after Trans-African University to the Total Filling Station, there's some shops. After Christian Music Shop, the next shop was my office. It's a very small office, literally like about the size of this room. And then I started small as a young man. And then I was coming home. Then I was reading a Jehovah's Witness book. And then there was a Jehovah's Witness guy sitting beside me. And he said, "Are you a brother?" And I said, "What do you mean by are you a brother?" And so because of the book, and I said, do I have to be a Jehovah's Witness and a brother before I can read your book? I told him I'm a person in seek of knowledge. And wherever knowledge may take me, there I would be. Then another man was sitting next to me, so I was in the middle. And he said, "Oh, so you're a metaphysician, eh?" I didn't know what metaphysics was. And so the man was an elderly man. I call him Professor, Prof. He said, "Well," I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "No, but your explanation shows that you're a metaphysician." He said, "The statement you made is an advanced metaphysical statement." I said, "I don't know why." Then he started talking to me about metaphysics. That was the time he started using so many terms, macrocosm.
No.
I was confused.
No, what you are saying now, people are also confused. You see the words you're using. Yeah. You're just like the prof today. You're also using the same words that people are confused at home.
Yeah.
He didn't say no.
Yes. Yes, and Professor Anaka said Usi was Sahara. Let me take control. But or the me cross say eba control. And the me see what be say me see no. And or the me have a chat for a while. And I'm so, "Prof, can I have your number?" I say, "No, if it is destined within cosmic time and periodicity, we will meet again." I said, "What's wrong with this man? We through junction about me junction so."
I
have now whet my appetite to pursue the knowledge you have. Mama come minimu baby, I'm in you within that. This is the first time I met you. I don't know where to meet you. Okay, Jim say if it is arranged by the cosmic energy, say I should be on the path. We'll meet again. So he left. When he finished, okay, I say I'll see you another time. Then he left. So I went home. I was quiet. So then my father was sitting in the porch. There's a lot of flowers, and I'm called down. I said, "Da, it's beating my imagination." I said, "What's this, son?" And I'm explaining the chair. No, I say, "Papa, no, I see a friend saying." I say, "I see a friend, no, Bruce, but me friend of Professor Bruce." I say, "Bruce, what is saying? I see when I say, no, so be see Sahara, but me see you." And my father was quiet. I said, "Nyame, I say, why?" I said, "When you were in junior secondary school, that Professor Bruce, I went to contact him to send you to him for training. He told me that he takes specialized students, and the student Naema into Jimmy. That was when I was in GSS1. And after you finish tertiary institution, set up your business, you have met with this man." So they went to meet in a friend's house doing party, and the pastor Bruce came there, and they were talking about, "My son met you, blah, 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 blah." So, "Is that your son?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Call him." Then he rang the house phone, and they called, and I went there, and my father introduced him to him. Then he said that, then Prof told me that, "What did I tell you?" He said, "If it's arranged within the cosmic time of periodicity, and you are supposed to bond and learn from me, it shall be. You don't force knowledge and intelligence on people." And since then, we started talking, teaching me so many things, and then I had to move my office to Dansoman. Fortunately, I got a new office directly, Dansoman EcoBank, directly opposite the EcoBank. My company's name was Crystal Pixel. We're into advertising, printing for so many companies and all those things. So I got a company there, and it was just a stone throw from his house. So every night he comes to my office for us to learn. Now what he does is that he will mention the book and the author, If I have the book, I'll give it to you. If it is, you are bound to know this knowledge, you have to find the book. It is part of spiritual training. So our journey wasn't easy. I'll be walking around cycle, then some people know, go to this bookshop, or there are group of used books on the floor. Then it will put, bah. By the time I turn my face, the book is lying, then I pick it. I go, Prof, I have the book. I say, yes, I know you will have it because you're on the path. So I started developing. Then from there, I moved to, I wanted to advance my knowledge, so I moved to Hare Krishna.
Went to Hare Krishna?
Yeah, for a while.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, so I was with Hare Krishna for a while.
Why?
But I was in search of truth.
So what do you mean by why do you choose Hare Krishna? Because in search of truth?
Yes, because there were a few books I read where there were references.
Links to them.
So
okay.
I read about Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is Divine, who was the founder of the Ishna consciousness. So I went to their place in Media, studied with them.
I've been there myself.
Read the books. I read the Path of Perfection, the Journey of Self-Discovery. I studied the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedas. I studied.
You go to worship with them or you go to learn? I want to understand.
Yes, I engage a few worships with them during their fire festivals and all that. I engage a few worships with them. But after a while, I realized that wasn't what I was looking for, because of there were to me, I had problem with a worship which is connected to deity. I had a problem with it because of my Christian orientation. And so, yes, after they had wonderful knowledge, they have a lot of profound knowledge, but I felt very uncomfortable there because, my background always didn't encourage much of connecting to deities. So that didn't really let me remain there for a very long time. So I left, though I still read their books, I use some of their teachings, which is so profound. Then, yes, from there, I went to Ethereum Mission, Brother Ishmael in Dansuman.
Yeah, Ethereum Mission. I've met one of them.
Yeah, Ethereum Mission in Dansuman. I met Brother Ishmael. I remember the first day I went, a friend of mine took me there. And that my friend was going for consultation. So for me, I was escorting my friend. My friend's name is John. And when we got inside, the man told John to go out for me to sit. And I told the man, I didn't come for consultation. He said he knows John should go out. So when John went out, he looked at my face and he said, welcome home. I said, what is this man saying? And he said, if you can look deep into my eyes, I just returned from the astral realm. And you and I, we are from the same home. And that's why I asked him to go out. So we had a lot of discussions. And later he told me to call my friend. When I called my friend, I wanted to go out. He said, no, I should sit down. And whatever we had this guy, he gave me CDs and all those, started studying on all those things. Yeah, so gradually then I studied a little bit. I started reading other books from Ekanka, Harold Clem, and all those. Yeah, so then literally, eventually I landed in a Buddhist practice that they call the Kuan Yin, which is projected by a master in the United States, a Vietnamese master in the United States called Suma Chin Hai. So there, actually, that was the place I had. These things nobody knows about me, but it's your show, it's a big show, so I really want people to know what it takes to get there. Yeah. So that was where I really had my first initiation into the higher dimension of spirituality.
Oh.
So yes, I practiced it for a while, but there are a little bit of things that really didn't sync well with me, because one of the things that really didn't sync well with me was that I was looking for something that would make me free, totally liberated. But it appears there's a lot of, you must always be under the master's grace, and you cannot extend the knowledge, you cannot even teach somebody and all those things. So
you were limited.
Yes, there was a lot of limitations. Yeah. So then I had to stop. So I put a hold on it. I stopped. Then along the line, I said, okay, fine. My businesses went bad. I closed down my advertising company. I let all the workers go home, and the machines were sitting in the offices, and it was getting took. Everything was out. My friends came to me in the house. Fred, Charlie, we know who you are. You know how intelligent you are when you were in school. Look, you made us who we are today. Look, even it got to a time when somebody gives me 1 cedis. It was like 100 cedis to me. Because I didn't have anything. Not that I couldn't ask my father. I could. Not that I couldn't ask my mother, I could. Sometimes they even literally want to force to give me money, but I want to have my own experience of life so that it can help me. And I never knew I was going to be a life coach, but now I understand. So I didn't really rely on them.
So you went through all these experiences so that you gather the knowledge you have today?
First hand, not what somebody is saying. So whatever I tell you, I can prove it. And whatever I tell you that, look, this is what it is, I can prove it to you and I can make you attain it. And I have a lot of young guys, I've mentored them, and some of them are
doing great.
For
kids, you do for young ones coming, do you have an age group that you teach, or whoever comes your way, you are ready to?
Yes, I started randomly, people that get close, secondary school guys, and all. Some of them are now professors who couldn't find it difficult to pass. Some of them are now professors, some of them are in Europe, some of them all over. You get the whole thing. So yes, now we're having, at the Way Networks, we are having a more structured operations.
We'll have time for these discussions. I'll find days within the week for you so that we can go deeper into some of, because your sole purpose on this platform, they say while discover
that is my main mission. And it's so easy to do that.
So that is the main problem. We are just gallivanting here and there, thinking about we are doing spirituality, thinking about this, thinking about that, but we don't know the core thing.
Let me tell you something. People think they are doing spirituality, but actually they are doing spiritism, and there's two different things.
Tell me the difference.
Now, you see, spiritism, mysticism is when one gets union with a spirit entity, and then it begins to receive other direction or tutelage from that spirit entity. In spiritism, there's no personal development. There's no development in spiritism. In spiritism, it's a formula. Just like astrology, numerology, they are all sciences.
So I know they are all sciences. You put this herb and this together.
Yes, herbology and all. They are not spirituality. So now what happens is that if, let's say, even I even tell people to the extent of angelology, the invocation of angels, which I have done, practiced this for so many.
Hey.
Oh yes, I have done so.
I'm coming. I'll be back. Happy birthday going to you, Ernest Boakwa Fosu. You're 6 years today. Sammy, it's your son's birthday. We celebrate him. Happy birthday to you, Ernest Boakwa Fosu. From myself and your father, your mother, and your siblings, we say happy birthday to you. I'll be right back because I think things are entering into this. You come back to the spiritism and spirituality so that we can learn from there before we bring this interview to a close. Baby, a bit to me, Enyini is very important to me because that made me discover my assignment. I became happy from that day. And every day, me discover the entire show. And if anybody at all will discover that will humble you.
Yes.
That was the first point. Be humble, and you are not chasing after what others are chasing
at all.
You're so relaxed, and there is no pressure on you as far as life is concerned.
At all.
You're not in that. Pray for BB. What will be will definitely be. Me basisi anafe yento ankomo no so ene de say obrey de kwamra ese ye rusunsu me ba isia
program you cry paint be ni betimi dia paint via me fia ye kam
hey asanto anti wo da so gina ha no mo adwin paint ho landlord for estate for any tenant for ya tete mo ka so e de amamo welcome paint e ye paint won so bia bedwa so a so wo fira tu kura na obetimi awa paint we asanto akọ paint ni wo be foforo abo bia no a obetimi agina welcome paint no se eja eto fie ho no mo a welcome paint ni bobo eja pade ho ban be fa wo nyama nyina pepepe e kojo nti me dan pese se am ya plastering ni paint no mi sika sem so wo form wo sika sem wo form wo ni problem asem den say auto beka paint obetimi dia plaster ebe ya kama pa obetimi e dia ya wo ceiling nso ne wo hia ne say wo de bo plywood keke obetimi e dia ya ceiling designs ahodo e odorless esanso e ya soundproofer say wo di nkomo e wo dan mu kra na obia entumi ente sa Michael's Grace Group Limited for na dia showroom no e wo Kaswa New Market second gate wa
girls name brandy amaba after feature ayamofo obetimi atobi atale wo dem mu twa picture na e be kama
wo dia ne say obebo dia na wabo ahome no mu 0244 598305 0244 598305 and 0244 583973 0244 583973 Belka Paint, let the paint do the talking. Belka Paint, my paint no kasamao.
Baby, when you say happy mass wedding na ye share with TV so na no. Eya real. Afi 2024 de na mkwa so ba.
Oh, Adana Debia, who jam assume with happy mass wedding. Uni baby, from your tree.
Me don't be a see. Share and Frenchia Numa many watch champina, wash Shamia Wadia Hobono. D for the baby. Just imagine. Semisha white gown. Namikita flowers. Nami to me baku and walking down the aisle. Tan tan tan.
Hey, man, white wedding. Abna, ma catcher win pembe bree. Say, me Bob was a cano. Nam dia quacoto dan Cassiana. A walk chroma said ye bear. Oh, Pia bet me a can was a me. Menya crowd to say your wedding cacabia.
It's we know how pa. We know how pa. Happy FM. Offer wedding package. You bet me a worry no what sounds what would they see so.
Hey, mamma, you know, Hokaka.
Chairman. Hey, chairman, be a chairman.
Oh, me dear, I said your baby to me, Quano. A quaman, a befaswa. You bet me a Wako say Happy FM Valentine Mass wedding.
Oh, a cocoa cry. You bet me a friend Happy FM, a ginger chimway quickly. I want who may so 0244 906 235. And I say 0302 254 858. You bet me so aqua or dining. I will asylum down here for picket forms.
Hey, any of you a Happy FM Mass wedding, idiot. And your fedia grow crowd.
Happy Mass wedding. It's a wedding on another level. Don't
Darling.
Yes.
Ye bedidina meche angel cola. Me bread do. Obi fa angel cola drink. Na ne yonku eyi angel orange. Ana angel mango. Ose me sampe di obi eyi. Aka me de ho.
Sese obi ape angel soft drinks ni nyina bi.
Ai, daddy, me say me penny ni nebi.
Sister, wo dear mama angel peach, angel strawberry, and na angel cocktail. Actually, no my budget angel apple lime.
What ye? A sunny of my dear. Miss Angel Cola, any angel orange, and a mania. I think and
it's also from wifey. For us, Chester, Ebesia. Never angel drinks in a room. Obianca and in winning. There was some mono, no anum.
Annie, that's a massa. And no, I don't know.
There be a sunny and
angel Cola, the assemble. Angel drinks here. I'm in I don't call soft drinks beverages limited. And why? Who to do after one? 0244 83 22 86 and 050 78 78 668.
Angel drinks.
Taste like our day.
FDA, Ajay Denkra Yatum. Nyamia Busiafo, Afia Tuyambio, Becca Salt and Light Music Ministry, any harmonious chorale. Nayemfa and Yum 12 Fascia Dumedia Cassiapa and Sisaso, Sabronia Bray, I will real feed that. Dumedia, Yadi Bashisasu Bronya Busumida, Etosudunum, Ewa National Theatre, non Siampemu Pepe, Naya Shasi, Bomodia, Sawin Busia, Wadofo, Wajumaya Fono was suffer for you now, bet nothing non Siampepe. Bra, Nayemfa Junto, Odonio Sebo, and Cambo Messia, ya suffer henia, ya wonderful from my and saw Beji, we are singing now. Kayo, said Jumedie, a bronya Bosumi da Etosudunum, Ewa National Theatre, a bra abonon Siampemu Pepe, near the Assessor. Jumedie, a free, Yanjo Shekra, Niahiania Kuma, with the Bedera Diasi. Sajumedie way, Salt and Light Music Ministry, and the Global Media Alliance, and our Fahu Kanyina.
Mira, na den na ofre adwuma ba ya se waye bosan se. E di asemwa.
Bi ne hwe mafo kwa na ekwo wo mo animu. Bosia kra me pedi am ye di abobra so a. Menya bi.
And yesre. Eclipse Collateral Management for Abamaye. Waye Prime Brokerage Service. Na no se de etienie. So we japade na wo ho nkrata. Wutumi de nkrata ne beja Eclipse Collateral Management. Na so bi so we japade ebia na ne nkrata no animu anom. Na ope bosia. Ye de wo nkrata ne yensi achi ba manipa no Bosia, etua a home for so ma one cratan ye would any free.
Hey, Nessa one ya cranty.
Oh, and money how cry. A son said one also wage Japadia what they buy yentino, and none a bank de beton. Wabra won't call the end of cry.
Not just a main crater that demono. A bet me am a mania sika, Wabra be Japadiano a honka.
Sapa pepe. Ube Eclipse Collateral Management, Ewa Denta Pantai Junction, a Denta new site wa 0543 83 2466. Eclipse Collateral Management. Think safety and decent income.
Why? Any dinkunim. Ewo Happy Bible Quiz 2023. Akansia Echatuonumu. Eye from Poma Mainu Senior of Apostolic Church Ascension Assembly Ana. Anas Alote Patience. Arena of Hope Ministry International. Anas Selina Kudaje. Mount Zion Methodist Church. Domi Kai. Say Happy Bible Quiz Akansia Pomponsonina. Ebebaso 17th of December 2023. Ewo Mount Zion Methodist Church. Domi Jumadieno. Ebeshe sunu nsia pepepe kayo se no numba bo pepepe na ya ade a watenase na mamin kayo se achede chenchrenche achede akese e wo hwa ye de bema akansifo sorry any agidifo nyina mumra na mumeta akansifo yachi na agudie no enye fe bomo mo boye emiade sa adwumade ya bramo eye the Bible Society of Ghana, Christian Council of Ghana, and Tovila Water Solutions. Happy Bible Quiz, Knowing Christ, Happy FM, and Nijenkwa. So Penchirmua, but what in the photo for Homaina Fred 0245 957 852.
Read your Bible, pray every day.
Happy Bible Quiz, Knowing Christ.
I was here from a Renault Dutchman, and mean share if you had a numero sia. I read Jumedia to the fact sheet at the Bro, up 98.9. So, Jumedia here, and come on, I would do a yatchin, and impending for a cuckoo, when him dear, our Ghana man semu. A man can't call him diemu near the Bro. Fact sheet, the hair, it didn't come away here, so what? If you had a numero sia, enemy share.
Tasty Tom tomato mix yusu. Uko choba restauranta. If yeswa eye.
Tasty Tom. Me your farm Johnny near Koyopa. Me you see Tasty Tom tomato mix. Eye koko kama. What the ye Johnny? What's a rich tomato flavor no? Nane tasting so dear. On point.
Sa.
Me choba ha. Me fa Tasty Tom kakra bi yam kwai fro ya. Na ye bebre. Me handwriting so ensisada. Into customers bar.
Never.
Me a chef. Tasty Tom gives you value for money. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Ain't me top papano.
At once. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
This advert is FDA approved.
Adeɛ baako a ɛma abrabɔ yɛ dɛ ɛne sɛ bɛnya boafo a wonni bɛtua na mo abrabɔ yi mu awadeɛ nso ɛna ɛka dɔfo bɔ mu na wobɛware nso a ɛne yi ne boɔ no yɛ deɛ ma nkɔfo bebree ne sɛ nti ɛna Happy 98.9 FM yɛnam Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding so ɛyɛ dono afei ne bra so bɛfa fam sisi a ɛwɔ Happy 98.9 FM 1000 Ghana cedi pɛ ne ayɛ wedding ne nyinaa de ama wo yɛbɛ counselor ma wo yɛbɛma wedding gown ɔbɛma ne suit wo ho asiesie on the day wedding nankasa just if you ever sako reception Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding ayende tumrikabra Happy FM before form sisi ya fre 0244 906 235 and 0302 254 858 Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding forms na radio brasisia before the answer na you too late Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding a warrior on another level don't know.
Darling.
Yes.
Ye bedidi na meche angel cola. Me bread do. Obi fa angel cola drink. Na ne yonku eyi angel orange. Ana angel mango. Ose me san pedi obi eyi. Aka me de ho.
Sese obi ape angel soft drinks ni nyina bi.
Ai daddy, me say me penny ni na bi.
Sister, wo de mama angel peach, angel strawberry, and na angel cocktail. Actually, no my body angel apple lime.
What ye? Sani afuma de. Me say angel cola, any angel orange pe na menya. Afei na nka.
It sounds so from wifey. For us chest no ebesi ha. Never angel drinks ni nyina gum. Obi ankata na ni no woni. De won sabe so mo no anom.
Ani, na masa. Enu anu no.
De bia sani enya no.
Angel cola de asembabo. Angel drinks ya. I don't call soft drinks beverages limited. And why? Who to do after one? 0244 83 22 86 and 050 78 78 668.
Angel drinks.
Taste like our day.
FDA, Ajeje Denkrato Yatum.
Eni abusuafo, afia to yembiom. Because Salt and Light Music Ministry, any harmonious chorale ho. Na yemfa enyum to afasia dwumedie kese pa ensisaso. Sabronya bre a wo wie mfida. Dwumedie ye de behyehyɛ bronya bosumi da etoso dunum e wo National Theatre. No siampe mu pepepe na ya hyase. Bomodia se woni wabusua. Wadofo, wadwumayefo no wasafofo nyina betena se no nsia pepepe. Bra, na yemfa junto odoni osebo enkambo mensia ya safo henia ya wona foforo man so beji wiase nyina nkwa. Kayo se dwumedie eye bronya bosumi da etoso dunum e wo National Theatre. Abra abo no nsiampe mu pepepe ne de ahyehyɛ so. Dwumedie eye free. Yenje ohwekra. Nia wo hia ne akoma wo de bede rade ase. Sa dwumedie we Salt and Light Music Ministry any Global Media Alliance and afa ho kanyina.
Obia!
Miti nyina boman opay, miti boman opay. Momo nyina kwa about 39 minutes after 12 is the time. What? Ibacho ye pesa yisua de na yeti abrabo ase. Abrabo na ye din because ye nim for lack of knowledge my people perish. Ade bi oni honim de bia no obehye. Therefore it is important. Bibi etwa ho hye bia no nya honim de. Unnim kwan fa so nya nim de na no kra say another problem. So we have even forgotten the process of even having the knowledge. Enti ye ko hwe nim de no ba bia nim de ni. Na ye di akoma nyina the also the drive emotions na wakoma nyina kwasonti for years na ahye abra wontimi mabonten.
When your emotions are your intentions. Where your intentions, for instance, let me catch a lady from the UK. Say, she shouldn't put her faith in me. I don't need it. I have my own path. She has her own path. I'm only guiding her. My experiences in life will be different from her experiences, but the landmarks are the same. If I'm from here, you are going to Kaswa, the buildings on the way are still the same, but the cars I'll meet on the way will be different from the cars you meet at the time you're going. So the experiences vary. So the point is that look to yourself, draw your attention. You see that we have so much scattered our attention. Your wife is contributing a little bit of your attention. Your boss is contributing a little bit of your attention. The kids are contributing a little bit. Now we say bring your attention back to yourself, so that because once I give my attention to you, I develop trust in you. My energy flows to you. Then you begin to control my life. A bit of a catch up that 10 o'clock and I give us a class and I say, "On a wife, ninukunu." Some years ago, nukunu friend and uncle. You can choose to go or not to go, because why? Her attention has not flown to the husband. Now that her attention has flown to the husband because the husband proposed and married her, the husband has a portion of control of her life because her attention is gone to the husband. And that's how what I'm trying to tell people is that they should direct their attention back to themselves, so that the self, which has the master blueprint, has the cardinals and has the compass to your existence. The truth of the matter, nobody on earth has anything about you except yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Why? Brian, that's it. Hey! Comrade, we've not started. Next week, I don't know your schedule, but I would love Sibia Monday and Tuesday. I'm picking one topic. Now you could detail.
No problem.
Know thyself. Let's do know yourself.
Yeah.
How to rediscover. I'm talking about rediscover yourself. Because Obano only want that, but we are be free.
Yes.
How do we this
when you cross the third sphere, which is the astral sphere, there are certain beings that we call them the asuras. They erase your memory.
We will talk deep about that. The NTOB will know about Bedran and Ref. You will go there. We will have a lot to talk about. Now, I'm for say you have a quick crafra. Now, and common on the partner.
Well, some of this is that's all the terminology you are so used.
I understand, but then who country now who do term the background now boying, so we can also go and research and all that. But Brofunu does one. So what's the 2 minute Brofunu?
But they are not
one break it down. Why Kwache? Slow down, and I've really enjoyed this interview, and I'm just said there's a lot to share. Join me. 23rd, there is a gifts package I did at Dumobibia. If any Santa Happy or West Hills Mall, never miss out the big smile. You put in smile in the faces of the kids and everybody. West Hills Mall, Happy FM, Santa Happy, Anna Jinemono. There's a time, 23rd December, West Hills Mall, Hobe de Papa. Join us in celebrating the magic of the holidays with Santa Happy at the West Hills Mall. What you say? West Hills Mall, Hobe de Pa. Between Sadia Frau. Santa Happy, spreading cheers all year. Happy FM, Nindia Happy FM, and Ejenkwa. West Hills Mall, the happy place. Tasty Tom and Ray Tomato Mix. Men could draw so mefia braben rediania when it Tasty Tom. Mount Sankebi. Tasty Tom and rich tomato mix. Tasty Tom and rich tomato mix. Ujaso, faka krebi na yebebre. Ipacho sabre yebe fidie. Urujuma to be fakufie. Jollof food de ye bienya tonkwan na nkwan tits sasa. Ka krebi na yebebre. Tasty Tom and rich tomato mix. Faka krebia na ayebebre. Happy 98.9. Saretie. Angel Cola, your Angel Orange, Angel Mango, Angel Peach, Angel Apple Lime. And only the day we just why if you are doing soft drinks beverages limited for honey. Mansan County, Angel Drinks takes like our day. It takes like our day. Recommended for all, including children. Jodio PB to 0244 832 286. Angel Cola. Black pepper sauce at Ghana, Ajatum, Ghana's #1 choice when it comes to black pepper sauce. Chana Shito. Chana Shito. The pacho is not just a regular shito. This is shito with difference. Shito with chunks of shrimp, meats, mushroom, or herrings. A great taste in the Bema. Chana shito, you be deliver the amount of temper. Just call us 0240 974 461 0240 461. On social media, but type Chana shito. Na wo hu ye chakwan. Pe odi sisi a ede. Obadi di aduma. Mede kese ne berry Happy FM Bible quiz. Sunday 17 December 6 p.m. sharp. Mount Zion Methodist Church. Dome. Ona mede air koso. It's only 5 p.m. Enjoy amazing performance. Bomadi abeka ho ebe brutal. Tell your friend to join us and it's free. The grand finale. Happy FM Bible quiz knowing Christ. Partners a Bible Society of Ghana, a Christian Council of Ghana, and Atovila Water Solutions. Sunday, Eclipse Collateral Management and Advisory Service. The battle or property. Na eda kwanho da baby nenso isi nkusi ni this will grow. The battle just take the documents na afibia yemfan support obi a ono so insaso na chi opese oje a bigger loan for bigger projects. Now based on that yen sika every year. If a Eclipse Collateral Management and Advisory Service was a thing safety and decent income. And once a lands commissioner mal your document, land title certificate kama pa. Now they are your dental barrier close to the Medimosis Hospital. 0543 832 466 is the number. Eclipse Collateral Management Advisory Service. 0543 832 466. My brother DC Kwachi says something. Or say, I know after meeting this man, you thank me for inviting him over. Or catch him and say, I know when it is time, don't worry. Time na be into nyapotre. What time is that? This is Michelle. It's good you did, but that's it. Belka cotton paint. If I just up so diam plaster, I will paint without plastering. That is why Belka cotton paint is here. You need not to waste money on plastering. Now, all the year dying, so I dare back where the power when it's a Belka cotton paint, a silly all cracks. A Madania sound to penetrate through Belka cotton paint because as our piano second film nti the cotton ya de bia second one more magicians no most was the second twane obwa asawa katane so nti utwa and crossover. Why you mun da maybe o ha any problem about cry. They say no Belka cotton painter the cotton papa na afra no dey painter yetim dey wall ceiling designs near dingina efepa Belka cotton paint reusable paint out means say you should be and I also need me painty all surfaces including glass, wood, plastics, be me a painty. A durable, affordable. It doesn't fade, it doesn't get dirty. A water, a fireproof. Why? Say ijato asisi now they are painting inside that the water cannot, the fire cannot travel. It's a very good Belka cotton paint. A patch of bomadia. Na ehwe cha kwan na ye pebi facisi dino Christmas ye ebe ya no mo ta twa selfie na mo ye designs no you wetin dey about form a beautiful design wo ma na wo twa pictures na ade and now your videos are and no as serve as the decor behind you kama pa your Kaswa New Market Belka cotton paint for a number 0561 285 952 0561285952. Your Kaswa New Market. Sounds like Tafa Bokina opposite the Roman School. Takradi 11 level opposite Malcolm. Koforidia Colley opposite MacDick Royal Plaza. Well, let me ask you, DNA say, what do you do?
Yeah, I've dedicated my life for this.
For what?
For coaching people, for them to develop themselves.
If I want to develop myself, is it a school, maybe training? What does it take?
Yeah, actually, what we do now is the way networks. We have departments. We have what you call single parent network. We have enlightened entrepreneurs network.
The single parent
network. Where now you share the problem of marital issues are the high rate of divorces, and you realize that people are marrying at random because you have your energy, you have your personality, you have your persona, your strength and everything. And let's say, for instance,
so maybe worry, man, banam the date new details, bro. But
I get it. Because you are water element, you're not supposed to marry somebody who is fire element because there's going to be a problem.
Is it that raw? Is that raw? Say, who say what and tea?
No, it's not that raw.
So you go detail, right?
More detail to it and all those things. Then we have the Enlightened Entrepreneurs Network, where we are looking at, as I explained earlier, we are looking at how people can originate their own idea. Once again, there's too much copycat thing in the system. We started in SUA.
Is it difficult? Is it expensive?
No, it's not expensive.
Do you pay for it?
We are now putting the structures in. Now we are doing it for free at random. Okay. And now we want to put it in a structured form. But the self-realization aspect of it is absolutely for free.
So if I want to realize myself, it's free. For free. How do I get in touch?
Oh, you can go to our YouTube or something. All the numbers are there.
Okay. But Basaltia, is it live on Facebook? Okay, so if I want
243.
So Bonamba and maybe I'm a person, I want to realize myself. People are really want to, but they are confused as to where to go.
Yeah. It's a very simple thing.
Number is
0243 732861.
0243
732861.
Okay.
And now I'm a YouTuber. The way networks, all the informations
are there.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Maybe I mean, said be a mefro be our own now because we have a lot to share, and I think the connection we will talk about it, the reason why you came. No, I think say you know why this is the time. So I wouldn't talk much about it. Maybe I'll manage the amount. If you have any question for him, and Obrey Yati Asemfofro. My mother told me before so family saying there was a big cockerel. I'll be Jina Nimo Daim say, I'm coming to visit you. I hope be Jina also Kessia Pa catch and say, I'm coming to help you. And the next time no of I have no one kaya to say me ya me dear mayor. And also sad I said me catch us in Babebo.
Yeah, it's
like that. Can't some channel say, I don't mean I could so some of these things you don't understand.
The energy that resonates with your personality. Yeah, that has to come. And let me say, according to my father, my mother even calls me a witch. But see, the day a woman or polarizing for 1 year.
Oh,
she couldn't went to me until they brought medicine from Germany. Went to me. Obi nursing this Niger phone be or saying and Obura will say, Papa. Maybe we fear. What you want to mean, Nancy? What catch them? Remember, and do. My father was like, it do I had to talk to he went, bought some few herbs, then give it to my father. My mother drank it, and she's okay up to now.
Maybe I'm on 0249507429. Bit more join the conversation. 0249507429. Ofra Mefao. Listen to it. Hello.
Hello.
Open you didn't say na kase free.
Maybe your friend ghetto minister.
But just say
Maybe your friend ghetto minister.
ghetto minister into you.
In fact, Papa not no yes man. Chale wa kumeni na to. With your will be a position. Namishano. Obaso Bobo my Ghana. Namishano.
Yeah, that's it. Hello. When to me, 0249507429. Maka said you made way. And yet the old wagon yo. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, boss.
Madam, as a farmer, I've learned a lot. But you know something? Omo mobile for brain and I think omo the BB because nipa bebiano or beka physical side. And now the code at times a hard thing kakra. Into mobile code no ombium kakra na yes see the from boy bra. And secondly, he made mention of he went to a lot of churches in search of the truth. I want to ask him that now that he knows he used the Quran before, he used the Bible before, and other sort of books. Other books are condemning the rest, especially Christianity and Muslim are condemning the rest of the religion. After that, Christianity and Islam will come and fight because they all want supremacy. Now, he search for the truth. What I want you to tell me what is the best truth, like the best religion now in his research.
I think he has answered this question to Asman Bisa. I don't know. Let me give you the answer. Or say, no cre baby will be a baby in the kakra obitim dia camera bon wabo. As and when you need it, you apply it.
Okay.
So Prophet Muhammad can say, when you eat, leave space for air, leave space for water. So who did ya? Me median in your pampe. So and found so a Muslim, so a Christian, so a then you apply.
But at times the condemnation is too much.
So I know there a human decision and ultimate control be again say men condemn and not condemn it.
Yeah.
But that's it for this. I think said these are the things I very critical as any party I say. So be seen the ya no chese nye ana eye. Wo na wo catch no. So it mean attract emotion na be DH na be boa na for one monitor say is it helping me or not? Step out. 0249507429.
We are talking about 6 and 9. Depending on perspective, you see 6 as 9, and I'll see 9 as 6. Depending on where you are coming
Why
from.
stand?
It depends on your level of your angle of perspective. What you are saying. And let's say, for instance, when you are talking, language is also a problem. Somebody is talking about what Nkatie.
Hello.
Your lady coming to do the food.
With the wrong call.
Yeah, so for instance, people are arguing about Nkatie. We say Aji.
Asi.
We say Nkatie. We say Granite. And they will keep arguing. Now, peanut. Now, the intelligent man among them tells her, why are you arguing? Let's see what you are talking about. By the time they all bring out their commodity, they realize that they are talking about the same thing. And you say, religion is like a broken mirror. Everybody has taken a piece of the mirror. And he's seeing his face in the mirror. So he thinks that his mirror is the mirror. But if religion should take their time and bring all the pieces of mirror together, realize that there's a much more bigger one mirror than what they are fighting about. Because they are all talking about the same thing.
A Muslim cleric told me this, that religion is such that blind people hearing that there's been elephant which has been killed.
And they're touching different parts
Everybody
of the
touch every part of it and say and describe the elephant as such according to the experience. So the same elephant, but we say elephants take a elephants zeduya. A bit sahoma. So sonny tell me I describe the elephant by that.
I think one of my masters also gave me this.
So I was very young when the man was
so it's
teaching
just
about that. Perspective.
And that is the problem we're having with this thing. You see, perception and perspective is the problem we're having. people, you see, perception creates your reality, and your reality is relative to your experiences. Into the way Nyansa would relate to me will make me have a perception about him, which will be different from the kind of relation we'll be having with my brother Moses. But the point is that Nyansa has his real self, which he cannot change.
Your core self, your perceived self, your real self, they are there.
Cannot change it. So that is the whole issue. So we have to look at things from the self and not from the perspective.
Is that why Hindus and most Indian practice look at peace within? They look at within.
Yeah, they look at within. Yes, most Indian religion talks about peace within because they most of them talk about tranquility, inner clarity, and all that. Because you see, when you're settled inside, you see the external world, the world without, must be controlled from the world within. Because yesterday I was showing a diagram of the human mind, the split of the neurons in terms of energy resonation to my brother, and I showed him the picture of our Milky Way galaxy, and they are the same. The way our mind resonates energy and the way our Milky Way galaxy also resonates energy, the diagram and the picture.
Microcosm and
the microcosm and the macrocosm, the internal energy and the external energy, they are replica. That's why the Bible says that for the power of God will be at work according to the power in you. So when you don't activate that God power in you, there's no way the universal God can work with you. So it's not about in the name of Jesus Christ then. No, it's not the Jesus Christ that is doing the healing, but it's the internal awakening of that Christ consciousness within yourself. Because when you read the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 29, it said, to them that God foreknew, he predestined and called them to conform them to the image of his son. That son is not Jesus. We are talking about Christ. Because there's a clear difference between Jesus and the Christ.
You'll spend time on it. I think it's also set another confusion or I dream. Yeah, that's Papa for this beautiful time. Next week here, from Monday, Tuesday, we have to spend
about on Wednesdays and Saturdays most of the time. But I've dedicated a lot of my life for this activity. I do a consultation only Wednesdays and Saturdays. That is not my free moment.
Okay, so be person be Wednesday, be
yeah, it's Saturday.
Okay. Do I pay for consultation?
My consultations are free.
Okay. Wow. But that's it for your time.
Yes, and I want to do a little bit shout out to a few people. My wife, Patience Sando, who is the head of department for SMND, Management Services Department. She's been very supportive to this whole agenda, yes. Okay. And she's always in for anything I decide to do because she knows what I'm doing, that it is not something that I've planned to do, but it's a call.
It comes.
Yes, it's a call. So she supports everything I am doing.
Greetings to her.
I want to thank my kids. They're very young, Paul and Philip, who can tell their elements, know who they are. They tell their element and everything. I want to thank my mom and my brother, Thomas and Raphael, and all the people, DC, and especially one person I would like to thank on this platform who has had a profound effect on me coming out to public. I didn't want to do is the woman at Revelation, Mommy Grace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was on her show and she was like, no, say, Fred, the knowledge is in the mechanism, so you cannot do without the mechanism. Because I wanted to bring the knowledge out for people not to know me. But I didn't want to be an interference. And she gave me that encouragement. So Fred put us, so she was the first person who actually pushed me to set up the office, get a studio, and all this YouTube handle. So I'm so grateful for her assistance and her idea and the encouragement. And all other persons who have contributed directly or indirectly, Professor Bruce and all the guys who have contributed, Nana Abiatechi, who took me through numerology, astrology, herbology. I want to thank all of them. Wow. They've made me who I am today. But the highest thanks go to myself. Because
for allowing yourself.
Because myself is the center of all that is happening.
Wow.
The day I exit, all things does not matter. All things matter here because I am alive. The day I exit, nothing really matters.
Can somebody go details to find out when he's exiting?
It depends on the person's own development.
Okay. Let me leave it here. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
Wow.
grateful.
And then my man do. Open TV, papa, air condition, papa, fridge, papa, deep freezers, washing machines, CT appliance, air promo kesiye pa this season. Normally Samsung, LG, Nasco, Panasonic, TCL, Media, LD, Protect, ne juma. Omunyama papa yinomna etong. Omu showroom our not industrial area. Opposite Royal Motors. But you choice Christmassy. Ube free Uncle Ross 0574 000 another 000. And I say Beko Community 25 DPS School Hall City Appliance Uncle Ross the king of home appliance. Sir, any accept no 98.9. I had am doing say Nyansa Boakwa. Joda you best say chef DH. But I say utie meaning say ube show who see ye na ye share Joda. Bye for now. Pada Ben is up next.
One expert, I'm a better, you treat you better. Bonuses are kesiye, odds bebree. Any akwenya pii a wobetumi de di nkunemu.